Hey you, so on this video, Brexit will not affect gold and silver prices. I'm going to be addressing just that. I'm going to be showing this Britannia 2014 proof set that I recently purchased for a very nice price. So I think it's a fitting coin as we're going to be speaking about the UK and why I believe Brexit is not going to affect the gold and silver prices, especially in the UK. Now, it's something I've been asked about damn near daily, and it's something that's going to affect, well, it's got a lot of UK stackers very nervous as to what's going to happen. And this is just one aspect of Brexit and one aspect that I'm talking about, and that's going to be the gold and silver prices. Now, I'm going to maybe cover this over two videos. So on this video, I'm going to be going in detail as to why I don't believe Brexit is going to affect gold and silver prices in the UK, and gold and silver prices in general maybe, but definitely in the UK. And then I may do a follow-up video as a counterpart to this as to why I think it is going to affect gold and silver price in the UK. Now, I've come about to this answer. It's going to be based on one course of action that's currently taking place that I'm going to get into during the end of this video. But I would say currently where we are with the whole Brexit thing, I mean, at time of releasing this video, I believe yesterday, the Prime Minister's just mentioned that she's going to be looking at an option of, you know, kicking the can for, well, I wouldn't say kicking, toe punting David Beckham in the can, I mean, eons down the road. So we can push it back. I believe we're slated for March currently, but they want to push that back till, God, where are we looking at? I think it was 2020, around the end of then. So, you know, it's looking more and more dire for them. And I think I know why. We all know why. In the end of the day, this is all about Brexit. I don't want to go too in depth as to what my own personal opinions on it, but as a general, and it's the most question I'm asked about from individuals, I would say where we currently are with Brexit is that, you know, we're in a situation with the EU where they have a say on our politics and our trade. We want the UK, when I say we want no politics or trade. So we're all up for, you know, trade. This is how empires are built. You know, modern empires, and they're being built. It's with free trade or open trade with other nations and countries, and, you know, one for all and all for one, we can all get on together. The EU currently has it where we're in the EU, and, you know, to be a part of the EU, you have to be down with the EU. So it's get down or lay down when it comes to the EU, and we're obviously pulling out of that, but are looking back and saying, look, we're pulling out. Can we have trade that's more favourable for us? Now, in my why I think it will go wrong video, I'll get more into a flip side from that, but ultimately that's what we want. And so I would say, as we get this out, let me get the COA out, with that in mind, when we're looking at that situation there, it's going to leave us in a bit of a predicament. Because how I see it, and the topic of this video, working out positive for gold, silver, is that we're going to get to a situation where it's going to be all mayhem, all chaos. Now, the majority are ruling here as to how this will get laid out. If you're looking at the minority, that's going to be anybody watching this video. You know, we're the individuals that are taking that necessary step to protect ourselves and our families. We're in a fortunate position where we can actually do that, and so we're worrying about our pockets, our savings, and the likes of. If you was to look at the UK population now, I'd say give or take, we're only 70 million. The majority ain't in that comfortable position. So when it comes to prioritizing, they're going to be focusing more on things like, I would say, your everyday goods, food and consumables, and that's the likes of, you know, just do a survey at how many of them, as we spoke about in the past, own actually, or even have, say, £10,000 worth of savings. It's going to be very, very minute. So we're talking not even 1%, and that's scary alone. So when you look at something, we're in a situation now, and then we're left in a predicament asking, what is a main priority? I don't think metals would come up there, you know, currently. Now, this is we're in a situation where the PM has to sit down, as we've been trying to do now, and work out the best trade terms and terms in general where the UK can walk away from this unaffected, or, you know, better off in the long run. It doesn't want to work out that way, but the way I see it is currently in the UK, and this is where I've come to this conclusion, you can buy an ounce of silver for, I'd say £20. Now, of course, working on the scheme, the buy down scheme, where you can buy more and get it for a cheaper price. If you're buying anywhere from 1 to 5 from a UK dealer, you're going to get that for £20 sterling. So that's around $26. Now, in Europe, from a European dealer, I've mainly purchased in Belgium and Germany, you'll get that same 1 ounce Britannia silver coin for £13.5. Say about, yeah, £13.5, £14. So that's around $17.50. Now I know what all you American stackers are thinking, we're still getting shafted, and that is, but if you can see the difference straight away, that's £6 odd, just from the difference between purchasing it from a UK dealer and an EU dealer. Now, I've had individuals, many individuals, I've even done videos on this, contact me and, you know, not want to pay the VAT in the UK because it just stings, you know, especially seeing all you American stackers getting it for so much cheaper. There's no avoiding it. You've got the VAT and the premium. Now, I've sent many to European dealers, and myself, I ultimately purchased in the UK from a UK dealer. The same purchase from a European dealer, I was able to save thousands. Now, when I instruct individuals and give them the list, or I've done the videos and they find out about it, the first thing that comes to mind with these individuals is fear. Because technically, by default, we all think it's tax evasion. You know, we can't believe that the man is allowing this to happen. You know, and anyone would agree, any UK stacker, when you first find out about it, you think, is this legal? Is this possible? How is it that we're able to basically buy the same 1 ounce Britannia coin from an EU dealer for £13.5, £13.50, $17.50, but if I was to purchase this from a UK dealer, I'm paying £20, you know, $27. And it all boils down to how the laws work within the EU and the likes of. But the main thing here, and why I say it's not going to affect gold and silver, is that the man, i.e. the Inland Revenue or the tax man, acknowledges it as a loophole, and he won't chase us down. It's massive. I mean, I can imagine it affects a lot of UK dealers, but not even so great, because you really need to be picking up in bulk to really benefit from that. But, you know, it does take a lot off the table for them, but the man doesn't get involved. Now, I don't know anybody that's personally contacted the Inland Revenue and the likes of to go over how legal it is, but I know individuals very above board, myself included, and I've ultimately found out that it is possible, it is a loophole, and it is true. But the main point here is that when we first come about knowing and understanding this, it's unbelievable. We can't believe that the tax man or the man or the UK government in general allow this to happen, because they are ruthless when it comes to them clamping down and getting every penny that they believe is owed to them. And that's the situation. Now, I believe that's the case because it's such a small minority of people that actually take advantage of that when we go back to the UK population. So it's not at the top of their priority list. You know, it's one of those things that they can look past, and this is all possible. I believe it's down to the tax laws in Europe. So I believe Germany and the likes of charge 7% tax, just roughly going over the whole situation as to why. And in the EU, once you purchase it from the country or place you purchase it from, it falls under duty paid. And then from there, being a UK resident purchasing from any of the countries in Europe, we just need to get it shipped in and it won't be interfered with. So it's duty paid. So that's how the loophole works. That's just loosely speaking. I can't break it all in. I'm no accountant or nothing. But, you know, it's at a state and a point where it's allowed to happen. We do it every day of the week. Individuals that purchase from these countries, and this is the main worry for UK individuals buying gold and silver. Mainly, will they be able to get at these cheap prices? I'll talk on whether the VAT options and the rest when I do it's going to work out wrong video. But because of this priority, and I can only look at it from them not making it a major importance to them. It's one of those things that they're allowed to go by. UK dealers still make more than enough. They're not suffering from this whatsoever. You know, for the savvy individuals like myself that decide to go out and purchase, you know, from an EU dealer and make the small savings there, it's no skin off their back. They're more than happy with that. And now from this course of action is how I come to this conclusion that once we get into a situation as messy as it is, and you know, the David Beckham, the can eons down the road, when we do eventually have to come and sit down, I think it will be a situation where they have to work out, you know, we're out all political ties, we're cutting all ties, we no longer want in on the group. They're going to have to work out trade-wise what's a priority, and you know, what they're going to do and how they're going to approach it. Now with this in mind, I think as it's not currently at the top of their priority list, now once again my own opinions, nothing definite, I've been asked 1,000,001 times on this matter, and I'm just giving the answer on why it won't affect gold and silver prices. I believe, you know, you have things like your everyday individual, and the majority, it's going to be your everyday things they need to live off, you know, your cornflakes and the likes of cereal. These are things that the EU will be cutthroat on. These are things they won't be willing to trade on. Maybe they all fall under one banner, but maybe not. If we're there at the table, micro-analyzing every single trade and what embargoes and what will and will not be allowed to go through, I believe gold and silver will be left as is. You know, it's only a small majority that currently invest in it, from individuals, non-VAT individuals like ourselves, and I think it won't be a big importance to them. I believe they will leave as is. Wishful thinking, yes, I know, but if I'm giving an answer for why it won't be affected, that is the response there, because it's currently so laxed, and they've made it so individuals can exploit the technical loophole of being able to purchase it at the much, you know, Estonia at one point had no VAT. I believe it's Norway also, but you know, I believe they all do charge some type of VAT now, but you're able to take advantage of the lower 7% VAT as opposed to the 20% in the UK. And so it's not a major priority to them because there's so few people taking advantage of it. So I think when they get to the table, when that comes up, we may be fortunate enough to leave where it is and it won't be affected. But you know, I think also you'll have options and things like cryptocurrency backed gold and silver that will be hugely popular once this comes into effect. You know, individuals that may want to jump on board on it, and these may be options where when you have something crypto backed with a physical like a gold and silver, it opens up new opportunities also. But you know, I'm going to cut this video off here, but it'll be fantastic to hear individuals' thoughts on why they think it won't affect gold and silver in the comments. So anything that you may have or reason why, and I'll be covering on another video as to why I think it's going to have a major effect and, you know, work out bad for all of us, and maybe the price of gold and silver shoots up. I'll cover that in another video, but I'll cut this one off here. Been displaying the 2014 silver or gold proof Britannias that I've picked up. So hey, all love it, guys. It'd be fantastic to hear your thoughts on the video and where you think Brexit's going to go from here, affecting UK stackers on gold and silver, or gold and silver prices in general. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you guys on the rebound.